What's going on, guys? I still see you coming in right now. I see if you're just joining us, let us know where you're coming in from. I love seeing it from all over the world there. And it looks like, guys, do me a favor. If you can hear me fine and you can see me fine, give a like to this right now. Like, just hit that like button. That'll let us know that like everything's working fine. And when we start getting people saying, I can't hear you, we know that it's them and not us. So do me a favor, hit that like button that's on whatever you're watching right now, whether you're watching on Instagram, whether you're watching on Facebook, you're watching on YouTube, you're watching wherever it is. Let me know how many people are watching with you, like in those comments. It's always amazing because we have a certain number that are on here, but then we have like the real number as far as what's really going on. So I would love to hear from you guys, like, what's the real deal? Like, how many people are you sitting with right now? That's always really cool to me. If you guys haven't noticed, I had someone send me a message the other day, like, wow, you've been doing a lot of trainings this week, right after the advance. You are correct. And, I told you guys when I did the advance and I said that it was our last advance, some of you thought that I was just making this up, but like it was hindering me from actually doing what I want to do, from actually teaching and training on a regular basis like I wanted to do, because you have to save stuff for the advance. And so the reason why you see me doing so many trainings now and lining up more and doing more, and it's a second live one I'm doing publicly, and then I've been doing private ones this week as well, is because this frees me up to do that. I don't have to save content, okay? And, for those of you watching right now, look, we've got, this that I do, which is free for you guys. And then we have our academy. And so I'm going to teach AI today, but understand, for those of you that are in our academy, make sure you're registered for Monday's call. We just had to move it to 11 a.m. Eastern instead of noon because I have a flight that I forgot about, actually, that got moved. And so make sure you register for that. But in the academy, which I'll talk about later in this call, that is where we go deep dive. So while I'm going to do 45 to 60 minutes here, I'm going to do 4 to 6 weeks in the academy, hands-on, much further. And yet this is still going to be very valuable for you. Okay. For those who do at the end, I'll give you the heads up now. I am at the end going to let you know about our academy, because we are, I think this is an extremely important topic, and we're about to do a 4 to 6 week deep dive. That's only $99 a month for the academy. Okay. It's ridiculous. Like it's something every single one of you should be in. It's absurd. If you did a couple more transactions as a result of listening to someone like me live twice a month, training you, which is what I do in the academy, and then all the courses we're putting in there, and like this kind of a course is going to be in there, the templates, the scripts, the dialogues, the networking, all that kind of stuff. It's ridiculous. 99 bucks a month is absurd, what you'll make from being in there. So I'll tell you guys about that at the end if you want this at a higher level. But this is going to still be super valuable to you. I'll tell you right now. Most of us, when we think about AI, it's just a couple of confusing letters that we really don't understand. It's like, we think it's an advanced Google search, and yet it's so much more than that. And if you've noticed, I haven't taught AI in the last year, and it's because I don't talk about things that I'm not an absolute expert on. And so I've been in the lab with a paper and pen, like Eminem, guys, just screwing up and learning and figuring it out, and all of those things. Because whenever I look at teaching something, I always think to myself, like, could I get into a 3-hour Q&A and not look dumb? Do I know this deep dive? And I now feel comfortable to say that I do. And so that's why I'm doing this right now. And I'm telling you right now, like, you cannot. And by the way, you cannot like operate in the world that we're heading into, the world we're in right now, and think that you're going to be a significant part of the market with consumers and not get this. This is bigger than the internet. Imagine if you ignored the internet. AI is humongous as far as what it can do, and I'm going to make it simple for you. Okay. Like, that's really what I try to do. That's what great teachers do. And I'm not saying that's what I am. I'm just saying, like, that's what good teachers do, is that they make things simple for you. And I know for a lot of you, you've kind of held off because you just don't even know what it is. Okay. If I could see you right now, I'd say to you guys, like, how many of you have, you use ChatGPT where you used to use Google? And I did that live recently, and it's crazy the number of hands that went up, like insane the number of hands that went up. And so we need to pay attention to that, because that matters. Now, on this training today, I'm going to say ChatGPT. I really just mean AI. Okay. ChatGPT is the biggest, most used right now, but really what I'm talking about is AI. So whether you use Gronk or use Perplex, whatever you use, when I say ChatGPT, I'm talking about you. Okay. Now I'm going to make a statement. I've made a lot of statements over the years that have become kind of like my trademark. It's like consistency is undefeated. visibility trumps ability. I'd rather hear no than say no. I'd rather, like, there's all these things that, like, I've said over the years that have become kind of like, some of my friends joke around, they call them JJ-isms, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, the thing that's in my head, the thing that I am spending more time on than anything else is the idea that efficiency is the new hustle. You know, we went through a time where we absolutely glorified the idea of working 100 hours a week, and that is not the cool thing anymore. Moving forward, it's going to be about working 20 hours and getting done what you used to have to take 100 hours to get done. That's the new flex. Efficiency is the new flex, okay? Efficiency is the new hustle. And that's what I want you to just right off the bat be coming from as you're listening to me, understanding that efficiency is the new hustle. Efficiency is the new flex, and AI allows you to do that. And so we're going to talk about those things and what that means and how efficient you can be and all of that kind of stuff. And then at the end, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to get into our academy for only $99 a month, where I'm going to go deep dive beyond what I'm doing right now for the next 4 to 6 sessions in our academy, where we do hands-on training and we literally show computers and say, do this, do that. Like, if you know that you need to be doing that, then you're going to want to take advantage of that. Okay. It's amazing, but, like, you know, Sam Altman, who's the founder of ChatGPT, he came out the other day in an interview, so interesting. And he said that we're going to see in the next 10 years, the first billion-dollar company that has 0 employees. Now, don't worry, Tom, I love you and you're not going anywhere, but, like, that's a real thing. Like, that's like, when you hear that, you need to wrap your head around that. When you look at, when I say efficiency is the new hustle. We are in a world right now where you can create any product, you know, the code for that product without developers. The CEO of Google, I forget his name, Eric Schmidt, came out recently and said within a couple of years, he doesn't think they'll have almost any developers on their team. You know, if you have kids and they're in school right now for graphic design or software development, which is what we told all kids 6 years ago they needed to go for, software development, engineering, computer engineering, like, get them out. Like, that's a wasted space right now. I'm having a tough time even figuring out, like, what you would have a kid go to for a degree, maybe being a doctor, maybe being an engineer, maybe, but, like, science is math, like, these things, like it's all a commodity now. And while we're on that note, guys, most of what, you know, I know a lot of you are on right now that are from different schools of thought and different industries, but a lot of you are in real estate. The thing that I really need you to understand before we get going here is that most of what you are pushing forward as your value is completely replaceable now. It's a commodity. And I'm going to show that to you. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I've done recently. And so what I'm trying to say is we can't be scared of this. You know, when electricity was invented, which, like, you know, I still don't understand the idea that we flip a switch and somehow this. I don't understand. I don't understand Wi-Fi. I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Natural gas, we're running low. I've never seen it. You know, I've never, like, it's just weird. And when electricity came out, 80% of our population thought that it was demons. When the tractor came out, almost 90% of our population worked on a farm. How do you think they felt about the tractor? And so we always pivot, we always adjust, we always create new jobs. So don't be afraid. You know, I put out a thing the other day that is just so true. And it said, worry and excitement are the exact same emotion, just channeled in different directions. When you worry or you get excited, it's the same feeling. You're just channeling it. It's the meaning you assign. You're channeling it in different directions. So a lot of you right now are worried about AI. And what I'm telling you is that you need to get excited about AI. Okay. It's going to do a lot of things for you. We're releasing soon for our Academy students. We're going to release a GPT Jared, where, like, a lot of the time that I spend responding to people and doing all this stuff, it knows everything about me. It knows how I respond, and it's non-emotional. And it can talk to they can talk to it and get the answers it would get from me without me having to spend time doing it. And I'm telling you that in the very near future, if you're a team leader, if you're a broker, if you're an agent with clients, if you're a whatever, you're going to do the same thing. And right now you may think that's crazy, but right now you also talk on your phone through a video camera to your grandkids too, which you never thought you would do. Okay. And so you're all going to do it very soon. It's just a matter of who's going to adopt sooner, because it's inevitable, like Thanos. It's inevitable. It is absolutely going to happen. Okay. And so we'll be covering all that stuff in detail, much more in the Academy. But here I want to get just very practical with you guys for things you can do, you know, every day, like, you know, in your business. But, you know, don't lose sight of the fact that about 3 months ago, I posted a video on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all these places about an AI bot in Portugal that in less than 8 months created over $100 million in sales volume in a market where the average price point was under 300,000. And it just goes to show you, like the stuff I've talked about for years, consistency is undefeated. All the success is found in the middle. We cheer the beginning and the end, but all the work is in the middle. That's when people need you. All that AI bot did was keep making its calls and saying the same thing, right? And I've said this over and over again. Success in real estate is about saying the right thing at the right time to the right people and saying it enough times. That's all that bot did to create over 100 million in sales volume in just under 8 months. And it just goes to show you how replaceable so many of the things we are, because these things are willing to do the stuff that we're not willing to do, and yet it keeps doing it consistently, and it doesn't get tired, and it doesn't get emotional, and it doesn't get like anything like that. Okay. And so I just want to like preface in your head, like just understand, like that's where we are. Like this thing sets appointments and does, like, it's crazy what it can do. And we're going to touch on that today. And again, go into much more detail within the academy, but like this is stuff we need to pay attention to. Okay. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to try to, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to try to do this where I'm going to show slides. Let me know, well, it's on a delay, but hopefully you can see this slide right here. But who's really crapping their pants right now is Google. And Google is crapping their pants because of what you can see right here. Okay. ChatGPT has gotten to 1 billion searches 5.5 times quicker than this little startup called Google. Okay. That's insane. So when you talk about the Roman Empire falling, I never thought that I'd see a day where Google would be in trouble. Google is in trouble right now. Okay. Now, here's the other thing that I want to talk about today. And this is one of the main theses, the main reasons that you need to be paying attention today. This is the reason, by the way, if you have that share button, hit it right now. If you've got people on your team, you've got colleagues, like whatever, it's this next slide I'm going to show you that I think is the most important thing of all, beyond efficiency, beyond efficiency being the new hustle. And let me show you what that is. Okay. Take a look at this right here. This is insane. We have, first off, Google is the #1 real estate search portal in the world. It's not Zillow. It's not whatever. It's Google. Okay. Now, do you know that when an AI platform recommends your service, it doesn't matter what, it doesn't matter if you're a plumber, it doesn't matter if you're a realtor, it doesn't matter if you're a tutor, it doesn't matter if you're a speaker, it doesn't matter what you are. When an AI platform recommends you, the closing ratio, it closes at a 4.4 times rate than this little place called Google. Now, I want you to really think about that for a second, because that is like just borderline insane. What that means is that everyone is moving over to these AI platforms. They're not all going to Google anymore or Bing or these places. They're all moving to these AI platforms. They're all talking to ChatGPT and Gronk and these places. And if you can get one of those AI platforms to recommend you, you have a 440% higher closing ratio than if Google recommends you. Like, guys, wrap your mind around that for a second, because if you're listening to me right now, you've got to be thinking to yourself, okay, then how do I do that? Okay. We need to remember that, and this is the main thing, and we're going to talk about this again. We're going to touch it here. I'm going to go more deep dive in the academy, but like Google really does search results and recommends people based on top of funnel. Okay. And it does it way more on things like, getting pre-qualifications and doing like beginning questions, search questions, that kind of stuff. The AI platforms conduct their searches. And first off, let's understand too, Google searches, AI platforms answer. They actually think. That's different. And they're smarter than all of us. That's a whole different thing. One of them does a search. One of them thinks and answers. Completely different thing. But AI platforms, what they do is that they are trained when they do their thinking to come up with the answer to what people put in. They are trained to look bottom of the funnel. Okay. And so the reason why an AI platform has a 440% higher closing ratio is two things. Number one, Google is selling ads. And so people expect that the results they're giving have to do with the fact that people are paying to be on there. And number two It's because AI is actually trained. It's in its programming to do its search based on bottom of funnel. You got top of funnel. That's when people first start off. Those are leads, those are whatever. And then all the way down to bottom of funnel when they're ready to get kicked out and they're ready to actually do business. AI platforms are actually trained to do bottom of funnel. Okay. So I'm going to do something really quickly here because I know some of you will not be here at the end and I want to give you an opportunity, but I'll do this again at the end. If you know that you are going to want to be in our academy and taking advantage of that 4 to 6 week course, along with the other training that we do all year long, here's all you got to do. I'll put it up here for you right now. There you go. Just scan that. Or there's a link right there, jaredjamestoday.com/Academy Advance, or just scan that QR code. Okay. It's $99 a month or $1,097 for the year. You can get a free month if you pay for the year up front. Guys, it's ridiculous. Okay. Like the amount of free stuff we give, that is going to be so valuable, especially post advance, where I'm like, okay, now I can literally just pour into our academy students and say everything I want to say on a regular basis and not feel like I have to hold back for our yearly event. Okay. So there's that for you. Now, let's get back to this here. So if you saw what I was saying, then you know that, look, I get it. That's ridiculous. A 440% closing ratio, higher closing ratio. But ultimately, how do I get them to recommend me? Like if that's you were thinking that, hit that like button. Like I like to see, okay, I'm paying attention here. How do I actually get them to? And so we're going to talk a lot about that and how that works and all that stuff. But the first thing I want to do is I want to kind of go over with you guys 8 very quick things that you need to do to kind of like set the prime, to prime your AI, your GPT, whatever it is, so that it is capable of doing what I'm about to teach you, which is the practical uses of it. Okay. So I'm going to go through these very quickly because this is really just primer. This is getting it ready. Okay. This is putting the oil in the pan before you actually go make the eggs so the eggs don't stick to the pan. Okay. So the first thing you want to do, you can take these down, but hopefully this will be recorded. Number 1, get a paid account. Now you don't need the super expensive $200, $250 a month account, but the $20 a month account, I think it's called Pro or something like that. The $20 a month account, you absolutely need that. It's a tax write-off. It's like you need the upgraded account. It moves quicker. It does more. So get that upgraded account. Number 2, you need to master prompt engineering. Now, I've been debating about whether to do this with you right now, but I'm going to do it quick, okay? Because we did this at our advance, and I think it's important for you guys to see this. Prompt engineering is basically the idea of understanding how to create prompts that get better responses. Think about it like how I say about leads and conversion, that the quality of your questions will determine the quality of the answers you get. That's prompt engineering. You know, and I've had people say, well, if everyone's got AI, then where's the real advantage? We all have AI. Well, everyone's got a guitar and not everybody's John Mayer. Like at the end of the day, you got to know how to use it. Like you got to be the best at using it. And the beginning of that is prompt engineering. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Okay. Prompt engineering, when you look at this, this is kind of like the rules of what you're looking at when you decide what to tell it to do to get the best response. Okay. You have to have a goal, what you want and why. You got to have a role. You got to have context. And again, I'm going to do these quickly because I'm going to run right through this. Okay. You got to have a goal. You got to have a role. You got to have context. I see people saying they couldn't get that QR code. You just put that link in there. Okay. The link is in the comments, guys, if you want to just get ahead of everybody and just get in the academy. A goal, a role, context, constraints, meaning length, tones, do's and do nots, like give it instructions. The format, you know, do you want it headline, copy, bullets, whatever. And then the quality bar. Okay. Now, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about when I say that. This would be an example of following those rules to create a good prompt. Okay. You'd say, hey, I want to generate a 90-second script about staging for first-time sellers in Milford, Connecticut. You're a local listing agent who's friendly and direct. Average price points right around $550,000. It's small Cape-style homes. Audience is very busy. I want you to keep it to about 180 words, no jargon, 1 call to action. I want a title, 3 numbered tips, and a call to action, and confirm the tips are low cost and specific to small Cape homes. That is an example of following that. Okay. Now, I do not expect all of you right now to be able to like just look at that and be like, okay, got it. That's what I'm going to do now. I don't expect any of you to be able to do that. Okay. But it's the idea of starting to learn this, because those that get the best are the ones who are going to get to be John Mayer, right? You got to learn how to play the guitar. You got to learn the best person with AI in your area is the one who's going to win moving forward. Okay. And the quality of the prompts you give it, how good you get at that, is the quality of the response that you're going to get. Okay. Now, so we talked about we're going to upgrade to the paid account. We're going to master prompt engineering. Number 3, this is a big one. On your ChatGPT, go in, tell it that you want it to get to know you, and upload your links to your social profiles. Upload links to videos that you've done that you think are important. Upload, if you have a disc profile or any kind of a profile, upload that into your GPT, because it is now going to be looking at you and seeing exactly who you are, exactly what kind of personality you are, exactly everything you've said, looking at your social profiles, and it's going to know you better than you know you. And all of that is important because the output it's going to give you is going to be based on who you are. It also gives you the ability down the road to be having it answer questions and stuff. And when you do, and we'll get to this, eventually have it responding to emails and doing, it knows who you are. Okay. So just give it to it and it will scan it. It'll scan everything on your social you've ever done. It'll scan your disc profile. It'll scan, let it know who you are. Number 4, connect. You can only do this if you have that $20 a month account. There's a thing when you have the $20 a month account where you go into the settings, there's a thing called connectors, and you're going to connect your Gmail. You're going to connect your Google Docs. You're going to connect your calendar. You're going to connect your Canva. You're connect everything. So you make it really easy to do things. A lot of these apps people are using with AI aren't even necessary if you just primed your regular AI, your regular GPT itself. You could be doing most of it right through there. Okay. Number 5, this one's kind of fun, but it's just for personal, whatever. Name your GPT. Don't be going on there when you're talking, because you need to talk to it like it's a person. So like, don't get on there and be like, hello, GPT. Like, that's a little weird. So name it. Do you know what I named mine? I named mine Alfred. And I talk to it like a person because we've gotten to know each other. And I'm like, Alfred. And it's like, why Alfred? Why have you named me Alfred? And I said, because Batman had an assistant. His name was Alfred. And Alfred's job was to supply Batman with the tools he needed to be known as a superhuman man. And to this date, even though he's a normal human, most people think of Batman as a superhero. There's literally a movie where he fights Superman as if that would be a challenge. And I'm like, I need you to do that for me. Okay. And so we got to name it. Have fun with it, guys. Like, name it whatever you want. Give it whatever voice you want. Like, do whatever it is. My wife named her GPT Knox, which I don't love because it sounds a little tall, light-skinned, great jawbone, muscular, funny. Like, I don't like the name Knox. I don't like she's talking to this guy all the time. Okay. But that's what she named it. Like, have fun with it, guys. Okay. But have it. You want to create a relationship where you're just talking back and forth with this thing, like very normal, very, whatever it be. Right. I see some of you writing, wouldn't Jarvis be more clickable? Carmen, I see you in there. That's a good one, by the way. I get that reference. I have kids. So not bad. Okay. Number 6, I think we're on. Give it rules to operate by. So you're literally going to go into your GPT, into the little writing search area, and you're going to say, hey, here's what I did, by the way. I'll give you some examples. I said, first off, don't ever use M dashes. I don't know if you guys know this, but like GPT tends to use a lot of M dashes. AI uses a lot of M dashes, which is like a complete giveaway that you're using that. So say, hey, no M dashes. Okay. I said, because I have it looking at all of my emails and responding, looking at my invites and scheduling calendar invites and doing whatever. But I gave it a rule and I said, you don't ever send an email without showing it to me first. You don't ever send a calendar invite without showing it to me first. And what I'm doing right now is that it's sending me all of those 10 at a time, and it's showing me how to respond. And you know what's happening? The more that I was giving it critique is more and more now I look at it and go, yeah, that's great. That's better now. Yep, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. Change a little bit. Okay, that one's perfect. That's perfect. And I'm training it. But right now, and I literally told it, until I change this rule, you don't ever send anything out without my approval. And it's like, got it. I will do that. Sounds good. And so I'm training it. Okay. And I'm putting guardrails to make sure. You guys have gotten messages from people that you can tell is AI, and you're like, you're not even paying attention. And you might not ever get to the place you let it send something. But the fact that you just go in, look in your drafts, like, looks good, send, looks good, send, looks good, send, looks good, send. That's a big time savings. Okay. Efficiency is the new hustle. Efficiency is the new flex. All right. Let's look at the next one. Number 7. just spend 30 days playing around with the goal of screwing up, okay? One of the best things you can do when it comes to AI or ChatGPT is to actually ask it to do things that it can't do. Because what it does, it doesn't just say can't do that. It says, I'm not able to do that, but I could do this. And what it will do is it'll start telling you what it could do in place of that. And by asking things that are outside of its realm at this point, or that you're not connected to do at this point, you actually find the barriers of how far you can go because it tells you. So it's not good to always just be asking it things that you know it can do. It's better to ask it things that it can't do, and then you find out where the limits are. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope that does. Okay. And that's been really huge for me as far as learning, because I'm like, oh shoot, but it could do this, it could do that. Amazing. Okay. Now, those are our 7 like things to get set up. Let's get practical, okay, about what you could actually be doing here. And this is where like I need you guys like taking notes, because I'm going to keep this really low level, and yet some of you are going to be like, what the crap? Okay. For those of you that are in our academy, just wait to the next 4 to 6 weeks. We're about to literally transform your real estate business or whatever business you're in by using something that's available to everyone. They're just not spending the time to learn it. Okay. It's insane. Okay. And so the first thing we're going to do is we need to understand where these places like GPT and these AIs, where they pull from. The number one place that they pull from, guys, put it in the chat. Where do you think the number one place they pull from is? Like, what do you think it is? Okay, I'd love to hear from you guys. Most of you, unless you watched my video, are not going to understand where it actually comes from. Okay. The number one place is a place where almost none of you are active. It's Reddit. Reddit is the number one place. Now, does it also use Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, reviews, your website? Yes, but number one is Reddit. Okay. And so we need to look at where these places are, because if we can rank in the places where everyone else isn't, that's how easy it is to win. And when you hear me talk about something like that and tell you like where it's pulling from, instead of going, oh, I'm such a piece of crap, why am I not doing that? Think to yourself how no one else is either. And that's how easy it is to get ahead. You know, guys, the top 3 as far as real estate places it pulls from, Fast Expert, Real Trends, Homelight. Are you active there? Do you have a bio? Do you have something there? Do you have what do you have there? Okay. Because it's pulling from those places. You need to understand that like AI, it can only read static content. So most of your reviews online, it can't read unless they're static on your site or static, like just written out. It can't even read them. Okay. And so it's more important what's in your bio about those reviews. It's more important the reviews you have on your website, because most of those now, where we lived in a world forever where that was so important, that's not important anymore. When we start to look at SEO, the big thing with SEO, which was search engine optimization, the biggest thing about SEO was having verified sites, major sites, important sites link back to your website. Okay. AI, when it comes to SEO, does not care about that. All they care is about people mentioning you. They don't care one bit about a backlink or anybody coming back to you. They just care about you being mentioned. And now I say this, and I know for some of you that goes a little bit over your head. But my point I'm trying to tell you is that it's different now. Okay. And if you don't understand the difference, you're going to fall behind, because you won't even be an option. Okay. Because in a world where everybody's now going to AI, whoever AI recommends with a 440% higher closing rate is the one that they're going to use. Okay. So let's talk about that a little bit. Here's where you want to start taking notes. Okay. So the first thing we need to do, if you're a broker, if you're a team leader, even if you're an agent, I'll go over that in a second. And again, I want to be very clear here. I'm keeping it lower level. There's some higher level things as far as what you need to be doing on your site, very specifically, with wording and everything else that will make you the place people come to. That I'm going to do those details just for the sake of time. I'm going to do those in the academy, but I'm still going to give you guys great value. Okay. So if you're a broker or a team leader, you need to create pages on your site. Go and just add a new page. And what these are looking for, what these AI bots are searching for, is they're searching for top agent blank, best agent in blank, this, whatever it is. Your site is a verified site, whether you recognize it or not. And so what you need to do is you need to actually go in and have pages that you create on your site where you rank your agents. And every month, or if you're really ahead of the game, every week. And you need to have on that blog top 3 agents in blank, whatever city. If you're really ahead of the game, do it for each city every time. If you really understand, just have AI write it. Like they can write it for you. Okay. Top 3 agents in blank, top 3 agents in blank county, top 3 transaction volume in blank, top 3 number of transactions in blank, top 3 customer service in Fresno County, whatever it is. It's looking for that verbiage and then a write-up on each one of them and how they actually got to that place. That is the type of stuff that AI bots are searching the internet looking for, and it doesn't matter if it comes from your site. It's just as valid. So when if you're an individual, you're not a team leader or you're not a broker. By the way, we did that 2 months ago. We have a broker that I work with that we went and we actually asked, who are the top this, that, in whatever that you would recommend? None of their agents showed up. I showed them how to create a page on their site, start ranking their agents. They started doing it weekly, top 3, top 3, top 3. Within 1 month, we went back and asked the same question. All 3 agents that AI recommended were from their office because we knew how to hack the system. Okay. Like that's really what it's all about. If you're an individual agent, when you write about yourself to try to get ranked, you need to write conversationally in third person. It's not I am bop, 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 bop. It's Jared James is the top agent in blank. Their sales volume is they have a history of blank with a story, with a testimonial, you have to write third person and you have to write in a conversational way. That's what AI is looking for. That's what they're picking up on. That's very crucial. I hope you guys got that. Third person, conversational. So you can write about yourself. Third person, conversational, tell a story, talk about a problem that was solved, how you solved it, what happened with the customer with a testimonial at the end. That's what it's looking for. Okay. So I got to move on, but like that's very big. Now, here's a really good one. I mean, these are all good, but this is a really good one. This is how easy it is to use AI. It is looking for very specific verbiage. I just said to you, just have AI write it. But it's one of the main things it's looking at is it's looking at your bio on your website and it's looking at the profiles on your social channels. Social channels are more important than anything now, right? But if you're not sure how to write it, here's all you would do. Alfred, I am on a training with a lot of agents right now, and I'm trying to teach them how to write a bio in their area that is going to be extremely SEO friendly and that would cause you to potentially choose them as the person that should be used if a buyer or seller in their area asked you what agent should be used. Can you give me a sample of a bio that we should use across the social platforms and their website that would be extremely SEO friendly and would potentially cause you to pick them when a buyer or seller asked which agent should be used in a particular area? Okay, there we go. That's all I did. I'm just talking to it like a person. Okay. Notice you don't have to say period. You don't have to say exclamation point. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Okay. And here we go. It just did it. If you're buying or selling in, specializing in, it's got keywords. It's got all of this kind of stuff that I know you can't see right now, but it literally wrote it for me. And then it gave me an example. If you want to do it on Instagram, it's limited to this many characters. Here's what you do. If you want to do it on this platform, here's the one you would use. Do you want me to do one more specific for YouTube? It's telling you exactly what to put. So all you got to do is go ask it the question. And now immediately you can have a bio on your site and a bio on your social profiles that is exactly what AI is searching for. And when they search you and find you and recommend you, your closing ratio is 440% higher than any other place that's going to give you, including Google. I mean, good night, everybody. Like that, just go do that. Okay. Number 3. God, you know what? I'm like looking over here and I'm going, there's like so much more I can cover about that. Okay. About top of funnel, bottom of funnel. Again, we're going to save that for the academy, but there's so much more to this, guys. Number 3, another thing you can do that's practical is, upload a house or location. When you're going to a listing presentation, upload the house and the location, a picture of the house and the location, and ask GPT, who is the likely buyer? What's the demographic? And can you create 3 different ads that would perform really well to bring potential buyers to this home? And now you're going to go into that listing appointment and you are going to leverage loss aversion. because you're going in saying, this is a likely buyer. These are the types of people. This is the demographic that's most likely. Here are 3 ads that I've created that perform extremely well, that have been, whatever. And now you're getting loss aversion, which means they're not just saying yes or no to you. They're saying, I don't want to lose what I already have, which is those ads that nobody else is showing them that are high performing ads. Okay. So just use it and talk to it. Okay. By the way, Randy, I see your thing. Does Starbucks pay you for product placement? I pay them way too much. And every single stream I do, people ask me that. They're like, is this a product placement? They should be paying me. I agree with you. We have, my God, like I'm looking across platforms right now. There's 1,300 individuals, which means we probably have just over 5,000 people on here because we have a lot of offices and such. They should be paying me. And then we're going to get replays and whatever, but I digress. That's 10 seconds you're never going to get back. Number 4, another thing you can do is before you go to a listing or a potential buyer, guys, we got to be chameleons. We've got to act in the way that they, is going to relate to them. And so put in their social information, or use a tool like Crystal Knows, Crystal, Crystal Knows. It's an AI tool. It'll give you their personality profile before you get there. And now when you're showing a house, if it's an engineering type, you need to be very detailed. You want floor plans. And if it's someone like me that's very like, let's go, don't waste my time. Don't get into all that bull crap. Answer my questions when I have them and let's move. I want to get through this. And so part of the mistake many of us are making and why we're coming in second place, which gets us nothing, no silver medal, no money, is because we're not adjusting to the personality profile of the person in front of us. And yet with today's tools, you could know what it is beforehand. Okay. Amazing thing to do. Number 5, all of us should be uploading, like when we get an inspection or something, we should be uploading an inspection report into our GPT and telling it, hey, create a maintenance report for my buyers that ranks most important to least important timeframes on it, what potential budgets are going to be, and make it look really pretty so that I can give it to them and they have something they can reference long term. It's going to get it done in about 20 seconds. And now your buyer is going to look at this going, oh my God, how much work have you done? This is incredible. Like this is whatever. Took you 30 seconds. Think about it. And by the way, I can take that principle of that inspection report and I can do that with just about anything. Think about that. When you watch these people online who have amazing, local community guides, buyer reports, seller reports, like all these things, and you're like, that's incredible. If you have your Canva connected, all you do is you take their report, you upload it into your GPT and you say, hey, recreate this for me with my brand colors, my name and my area. Please recreate this for me. And it's going to do it in 30 seconds. That's the ability we have today, but you got to use it. Okay. And by the way, that's my number 6 that I just said, which is have it do all of your graphics. Okay. Like all of your graphics. Like we had a situation where we needed like some slides redone at the advance the day before the advance. And my team was scrambling because nothing would work and it wasn't formatted correctly. And I was on this chain and I just took it. I threw it into GPT and I said, recreate this exactly as it is with the exact whatever. But done. Here you go, guys. It's done. Like that's what you have in front of you. What used to take you a full-time person, done. I do it all the time. Efficiency. Okay. Number 7, this is a good one. Use it to respond to tricky situations. A lot of times you'll be in a conversation, you get some agent with an ego who wants to tell you how long they've been doing this business and everything else when you send an offer in, or vice versa. And you're trying to keep the deal together, but you also, don't want to just keel over and whatever. Put the conversation into GPT and ask how you should respond. You'll be shocked how smart it is and how like it diplomatic it can be. Okay. So just use it for those kinds of things. And last but not least, guys, and this is just humongous. Okay. I could spend the whole time. In fact, we might do a whole session in the academy just on this. Okay. Content creation. Now, there's a couple ways we can go with this, and you guys really need to pay attention right now, because I'm going to give you some ideas right now that are pretty, like, you need to do it. But I'm going to tell you yesterday, like, I can't, I don't even know if I have this on here, and she's going to kill me if I show this to you, so I don't even know if I can do that. But, like, my wife yesterday, you guys can't see it, so I can do this. My wife yesterday sent me a video of her sitting in the car, a whole video, content video about something that she didn't say a word. She took a picture of herself in the car, gave it a script, and she used an app that I'll be training with in the academy that then took her, made her move, did her stuff, mouth move and everything. And she did a whole video that she never said a word. and it looks just like her, acts just like her. So for all of you avoiding content creation that are like, I just don't like it, I can't do it, I mess up, it's no excuse anymore. We're going to train on that. We're going to teach on that. But beyond that, the most important thing that I want to get across to you when we start talking about content creation is this. There's a couple things. Number one, when you're trying to figure out what to shoot content on to stay in front of people, why would you not just take your GPT and say, hey, Alfred, I'm still in front of these same agents and I'm trying to give them some ideas on creating content. What are the 3 most likely topics that real estate agents should be shooting right now that have the best opportunity to go viral and get them in front of the most buyers and sellers to potentially use them when buying and selling a house? Tom, put the link for the Academy again. People are asking. There you go. Right here, guys. It literally is giving me right now the top 3 things that have the best opportunity to go viral in your area. It gives me the script. It gives me the opener. It gives me why it works. It gives me which keywords to use. It asks me, would you like the exact script or just bullet points? It tells me what platforms this will work best on. It literally goes through all of them right here. Like, insane. You don't have any excuse anymore. It's telling you, it is scanning the whole internet and looking at what's working right now in the industry. And it's like, here's the 3 that'll work for you. And here's exactly how you open it. Here's exactly how you close it. Here's the points you need to hit. Here's the way to shoot it. Do you want more? Like, guys, what? Now, here's the real baller one. You guys ready for this? This one's so good. Watch this. I'm in Milford, Connecticut right now, right? Listen to this. Again, Alfred, I'm in front of these agents and trying to teach them some stuff about content creation. Can you tell me what the top 5 searches in my area, Milford, Connecticut, by potential buyers and sellers have been in the last 30 days so that I can go and create content on that and have blogs about those on my website? It is now going to go pull the top 5 things in my area in the last 30 days that the most buyers and sellers have been asking. And what it's now, there it is. Boom. I got it right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I know with those top 5 things that I need to do 2 things. Number 1, I need to go make videos on those exact titles because that's exactly in the last 30 days what people have been searching. Like, guys, God, like I don't know how to make you understand this. And number 2, and I'm not going to go deep dive on this right now because I'm going to do this more in the Academy. There's a way that you take those top 5 and you format them on your website in a way that AI is going to search, pull it, and guaranteed go for you because you're just hitting all of the buttons that are going, you're the person, you're the person, you're the person, you're the person. You're going to give the best experience. You're going to do. And the thing that I really want to make sure that you guys understand from all of this is we're taking the guessing game out. Okay, we're using this to our advantage to say, I'm the person. Here's how I do this. Here's what I need to do. Like this is, and that is amazing. Now, I've got one more example I want to give you guys, but I know a lot of you are, I keep seeing you right in here and you're saying like Academy, I still can't see the Academy. So there's 2 things I'm going to give you here. Okay. I'm not even sure if I have the right place here, but we're about to find out. Is this the Academy? Yes. Guys, I've got one more example I want to give you, but for those of you that are still on here, I don't know how to stress this to you anymore, guys. Like, I mean, I don't think there's anybody in this industry that gives you more free stuff than I do. If you go look at my Instagram and my YouTube and what we do on the podcast and whatever, I don't think there's anybody who gives you more free stuff than I do. Okay. We launched the Academy. It's $99 a month or $1,097 for the year. If you're a one-on-one student, okay, you already have access to the Academy. You have the Jared James Academy app. You've got the courses. We've got more courses we're about to upload. You've got all our template scripts and dialogues, and you hear from me twice a month. If you think me not being hindered now by having to hold out content for the next year for our next advance, that it's not worth it for $99 a month to be able to get me on a regular basis, telling you exactly what I'm thinking, exactly what we need to be doing, and hearing it directly from me, and being able to ask Q&A and just get right down to it. If you don't think that's worth $99 a month, which is less than most of you spend on a dinner, I don't know what we're doing here. I really don't know what we're doing here. But my goal is to help as many of you as humanly possible. And so this is the quickest, easiest way we could do that. And that's why we have that. And this is why a lot of you that are already in the Academy, kudos, you're going to love what we're doing next. And for those of you that aren't in yet, This is not always going to stay this price. The people who get in now are grandfathered forevermore. Okay. So you've got the link there. I've got one more example I want to give you guys, and then I'm going to go to questions. You've got the link there. You can scan that, or you can go to jaredjamestoday.com/Academy Advance. You'll see a link there for $99 a month. You'll see a link there if you want to pay for the year up front, $1,097. That's the easiest, quickest, whatever. It's a complete tax write-off, so I don't know where else to go with that. If you click on one of those and there's an error, we probably have a lot of people going there right now. So just go back and do it again, okay? That's what happens when you have too many people go to a place at once. But that is now going to be there for you. Can we put that link one more time there in the chat? And I've got a lot of people, by the way, who are in our academy right now who are writing, guys, it's 99 bucks a month. We're in the academy. You're insane. Like, it's worth it. And again, not only on those twice a month calls am I about to start a 4 to 6 session course on AI where everyone who's in there is going to become a master of AI. I haven't even touched the surface with the call we've done today, and I'm not even done yet. I haven't even touched the surface yet. Not only are you guys going to become masters of that AI, but like on top of that, all the calls we do are recorded and available to you. So if you're not available on that particular Monday at noon Eastern or whatever time we do them, they're available to you. They're on your app. They're there for you. Okay. For those of you that are already in our next call, when we start the AI course in the academy, is going to be this Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. I had to move it from noon because of a flight. But guys, when I say we moved it because of a flight, literally everybody in the academy, I train, like I get on there and do live stream and answer questions. And at the end of every single call, no matter what we're talking about, I then give them 3 to 5 potential content pieces that they need to be talking about that will bring in buyers and sellers, what their angle is, what they should do, like all of that stuff. Okay. So get in, it's $99 a month or $1,097 for the year. And I really hope a lot of you take advantage of that, because there's a reason why we launched it. It allows me to just help as many people as possible. And quite frankly, can I say one more thing before I move on here? Part of the reason I'm able to be like I am and just like not care and just say what I'm actually thinking, like for example, today or yesterday, I shot a video about Zillow, and I talked about these new practices of 10% of people have to get approved with Zillow Flex. Otherwise, they get red flagged and they no longer get leads. And I've gotten deeper and deeper on that. I've got a ton of DMs from people who I think there potentially is steering going on. There's RESPA violations going on. I'm going to do another video of that on Instagram, and then I'm going to do a deep dive into that. I'm not going to mention anybody's name, but I'm going to do a deep dive on Monday on a podcast that we're doing. And the reason I'm able to do that and just speak what's actually happening and speak truth in this industry is because we have things like the Academy and other things that completely fund me, and I'm not relying on anybody. I don't care if someone doesn't hire me. I don't care if Zillow doesn't want to give me a big contract. I don't care if whatever. Fully funded to say what's actually happening and speak truth to those situations. Okay. So I felt like you guys should know that. That's one of the reasons why. Okay. By the way, if you're a broker or a team and you're interested in having your full brokerage or your team in the academy, it's very affordable. Just shoot me a DM and I'll give you pricing. Okay. Shoot me a DM with how many agents you have. It's important that everybody has their own access, because you can't have multiple people in the academy at once. You have a unique username and password. So for some of you thinking you'll be tricky, it doesn't work. Only one at a time works. And so that's all I'm going to say about that. $99 a month, $1,097 for the year. It is the best money you're going to spend in real estate, and you get access personally to me teaching twice a month, our courses, everything for a ridiculous cost. The reason we're able to do it at that cost is because we do it at scale. Okay. One more thing I want to say about this as far as AI goes is, when we just did our advance, this is crazy to think about, but like this actually happened. A week before, I want to say, Tom, a week before or so, right about, our videographers for the advance with thousands of people and thousands online and everything backed out on us, backed out. And I went into GPT, and I think, let me see if I have the slides here. I think I actually did. I went into GPT. And by the way, if you want these slides, I'm going to give you a way to get them in a second. I went into GPT. Here it is. And I actually said to it, I said, hey, we just had our videographer to my event coming up in Orlando back out last minute. I need to get new quotes for a videographer that can help us live stream the event to our members who aren't there live. I need to know the top 10 companies you'd recommend in Orlando that do a great job at a great price. And it said, okay, here you are. Here's 10. And it went through these 10, whatever. And then it went through and it automatically, without me asking, put together an email and said, here's a copy paste RFP email, request for proposal. Hi there, we need a blank, blank, blank. And it went through all these details of what was needed, how it's needed, all this kind of stuff. And then it went through a couple other things and it said, here's a quick checklist of what you need to compare vendors. You need a multicam count. You need switching program and ISO records. You need redundant audio and backup and quarter, like all these things. And then it says at the bottom, this is the part I want you all to understand. Do you want me to email this RFP to the 10 above and consolidate responses into the comparison sheet? I can also draft the show flow and lower thirds template. So whoever you can pick up can plug and go. Like, did you guys just see that? Like, that is insane. The idea that this thing took over, put together an RFP, do you want any changes? And then said, want me to send it out? And after I send it out, whoever responds, want me to put together a comparison sheet? And I can show you who's what with checklists and whatever. Like, guys, that's insane. But it's because I've trained my GPT to act like that because it knows who I am. That's the part I want you to understand. Now, for any of you that want the slides from today, all you've got to do, I just put it up here. This is a new QR code. This is if you go to jaredjamestoday.com/free, or you just scan that QR code that I'm showing you right there. Tonight, we will, if you fill that out, we will send you the slides that I used today. By the way, some of the notes I was saying, the top 7 things or whatever that you didn't see slides, we have slides for those. So basically, it's the notes from today, okay? If you want those, okay, someone said, how do we get the slides? Right here. Literally scan this QR code you're looking at right now, fill out the form, and tonight we will send you and we'll say, hey, everyone, AI training attendees, here's the slides that you were looking for, okay? So just scan that or go to, Tom, can you put in the comments, jaredjamestoday.com/free, FREE, lowercase, okay? Last but not least, before I go to questions, I'm going to show this one last time here, guys. Here's the link. If you didn't get in on the Academy, we are starting this Monday. And again, it's not just a thing for a course for AI. We're just doing that next, but it's an ongoing thing I do all year long. Okay. But what we're starting on Monday is the course. Okay. So $99 a month, $1,097 for the year, jaredjamestoday.com/Academy Advance. There it is. With that being said, guys, what questions do you have? My understanding is yes. One-on-one coaching, by the way, if you're a one-on-one student, you have access to the Academy. Okay, one-on-one is more expensive than $99 a month. But when you go to that link that we're putting right here, at the very top, it says, hey, if you're interested in one-on-one and you'd rather have a coach, click that link on the top, get a coach. Once you have a coach, you have access to the Academy as well. But if you sign up just for the Academy, which is what this is, you don't have access to a one-on-one coach. You have the live trainings with me, where I'll answer questions, access to the Academy app, the courses. You just don't have a coach you're meeting with outside of what's in the Academy. Okay. Yes. Are you using ChatGPT Pro? Yes. I believe that's the $20 a month one. So the answer is yes. Okay. Yes. By the way, Josh, you asked about another form of AI. Yes. When I'm talking about ChatGPT, almost all of them do what I've said, with exception of, as of right now, unless something's changed, only ChatGPT does those connectors. Okay. The reason I'm really talking about GPT is because right now it's in the lead. Think of it back when like there was, Google and Netscape and Internet Explorer and which one's going to win, and that's what's happening right now. Which one's going to win? And I'm betting on GPT. It's the most widely used, but it's also the only one that allows right now for the connectors to those different Google accounts and such that I think are humongous, Canva and everything else. But yes, everything else you can do no matter what AI you're using. Okay. That's funny. They said the live calls I do twice a month. Is that me or is that an AI version of me? Great question. That's me, guys. That's absolutely me. Now, we do have a Jared bot in the Academy that you can talk to that answers questions as if it's me, but it's not me. It's an AI version. Okay. But we tell you it's an AI version. I'm never going to like fool you guys and make you think something's me. That isn't. Someone else asked, is there a monthly commitment on the Academy? No. Now, if you sign up and you think it sucks, you can get out. Okay. If you pay for the year up front, you get a free month. Okay. Both of them are a tax write-off. Okay. Looks like your deliverables are far more vast than Sirhan. I don't know what Sirhan offers, but the funny thing was he and I ran into each other in the airport the other day, and we kind of know each other. Like we've done a podcast together, but we don't really know each other. And here we were going through security and we just kind of looked over, kind of like, I know you. And then we moved on. It was kind of like a nod of the head, but we don't really know each other. Is Perplexity any good? Yeah, guys, they're all good. Again, I prefer GPT because it allows for all of the connections. And so, yeah. Oh, I use GPT, but I haven't named it. How do you name it? You literally just talk to it or write to it and say, hey, from now on, I'm calling you blank. Your name is going to be blank. Guys, think of it as a smarter person than you. Just talk to it. Okay. Once you connect chat to your computer with connectors, are there any risks to your bank accounts? No, you're not connecting your bank accounts. And by the way, we connect our bank accounts all over. My bank accounts are connected to my what do you call it? QuickBooks. My bank accounts are connected to so many places. But no, you're not connecting your bank accounts. Okay. Thank you for sharing great value and information. Appreciate your share. Mine's called Chad. That's awesome. It's called this. My guy created his name. I think it's hilarious right now. I call mine Jared. That's hilarious. I think it's hilarious right now that everything I just taught and the number one question right now is what people are naming it. Like, that's the thing. We're such simple people. It just cracks me up. Belvedere is actually a funny one. I thought about that. It sounds very, or Jeffrey or something like that, all right, guys, I think you guys get the point. So if you guys have other questions, hopefully if this works correctly, this is going to be here as a replay, but it will be getting taken down from here. That's what Facebook does. Or Instagram, it'll be down immediately. We are going to take this recording and put it on my YouTube channel. Okay. Tom, can you put youtube.com/Jared James today? This recording will be up on the YouTube channel soon, and you can watch it. It'll be there forever. Okay. But again, the greatest replay, the greatest thing you can possibly do for your business right now, if you understand the future of where we're going, get into the academy and we're going to make you a master of this. Okay. And it's not going to stop. We're going to do that course, that 4 to 6 weeks. And then those of you in the academy know, like, as things start to come up, we talk about them. Like, we talk about in the moment, on the spot things that need to be talked about, and again, not doing the advanced anymore allows me to do that on a level that, I don't know how to explain this to you guys, but like, I am going to be pouring into our academy students like I never have. And I now have the ability to do that. I now don't have to hold back, which is so freeing. If you guys haven't noticed, if you think I'm just like, this is word service, why don't you just go look at what's happened since the advance when I have no voice, I'm exhausted. How many trainings have I done? How many videos have I put up? How many, like I said to my wife yesterday, I'm like, content is flowing through me like I never had before because I've gotten rid of the blockade. Like, I can just say what I'm thinking. And that is a freeing place to be. And I want all of you to benefit. And thank you. You said best investment I've ever made. Guys, is the course once a month? No, Gabriella, so the academy is minimum twice a month, but sometimes when there's 3 Mondays in a month, I do 3 times a month, depending on my schedule. So it's 2 to 3 times a month that we do it. And I see you guys saying how many people you have in your office. That's awesome. Guys, all you gotta do is look at the comments and you see people who are in the academy going, what are you doing? Do it. Like, it's the best investment ever. Like, you are not, what other in our industry, someone who has the following I have, give you the opportunity at $99 a month to be interacting and learning and do, like, who else does that? You normally have to be in some kind of inner circle for 10 grand a month or something like that. Okay. I'm trying to make this feasible. I'm trying to make this affordable to you guys, but also make it worth it. And just build up a community where I can continue to say what it is that's actually happening and not, not do what most people do, which is they fear, that company's not going to hire them anymore, or that, whatever. Like, I just can't think like that. Okay. I saw you say, what's the link to the slides? I just clicked on it. Here you go. There's the slides. Click on that link, or just go to jaredjamestoday.com/free, FREE. Okay. Very easily. How do you connect GPT? Once you actually have a pro account, that $20 a month account, when you go into your settings, there's a thing that says connectors. Okay. And when you go into your connectors, let me see if I am able to show this to you or not. I'm not sure how this works. Let me see here. I go to my settings. Yeah. Here we go. Can I show this to you? Let me see here. I move this over here and I go here. Give me a second, guys, because I'm doing this on the spot. Oh, shoot. No, it won't let me do that. Yeah, literally, like when you have a pro account, when you pay that $20 a month, in the bottom left is your picture. And if you click on your picture, it like brings up options. When you click, let me go to that so I can see, so I know exactly what I'm saying. When you click on your picture in GPT, there's options: log out, help, settings, personalization, upgrade plan. When I go to settings, now it brings up a whole other page of settings, and 1, 2, 3, 4 down says connectors. And again, if you're in the academy, I'm going to walk you through this. Okay. So you see exactly how we do this. Okay. And guys, I apologize. I keep saying academy, 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 but like, I don't usually push things. I don't usually whatever. I give you guys a ton of free stuff, whether you sign up for the academy or not. I think you all know you got value today. But if there was a way for me to just scream from the rooftop right now and say, get in the freaking academy, like, I don't know how to explain this to you guys. Get in the academy. Like, we're going to have less agents moving forward. They're going to do more business. I think that we're heading into a boom market. We just did 4 million sales last year, which was the worst market in the history of our country. That was the worst number of sales in 30 years. And there were 75 million less people 30 years ago. Okay. NAR came out with a stat and said if rates go below 6%, 5 million people get off the fence. Another stat showed there's 9 million people between the ages of 26 and 35 that are living with their parents waiting to see should they buy, should they not. Okay. We have a boom coming. And you need to be in a position to benefit from that boom. And if you are not showing up on these AI platforms, you're screwed. Like, it's really that simple. You're screwed. Okay. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to look at this later and I'll look at questions and such. Crazy how many of you show up for this, like literally thousands. I think we had over 5,000 people on here. That just blows my mind, guys. Like, thank you so much. I remember watching these things and those people didn't even have that much on there. And I'm like, you know, the fact that so many of you tune into me is so cool. I'm going to keep doing these. If you want me to keep doing trainings like this, you know, for you, hit that like button. Like, let me see it. Like when I hang up here, I'm going to go look at it. I'm going to be like, okay, did they like it? Did they share it? If they did, then this was worthwhile. This is something that's worth our time. So hit that like, hit that share it with your people, and let's all get better together. It's a new day. And like I said at the advanced, guys, not all change is good. Not all change is bad, but all change is opportunity. And we have an amazing opportunity in front of us right now. And please, please, please do not miss what I opened with here, which is something you're going to hear from me over and over again in the coming years. Efficiency is the new hustle. Efficiency is the new flex. And I want to show you how to be efficient, and I want to show you how to show up. Okay. Yeah, by the way, you do get, when you're in the academy, you get access to all our courses. And I've got more I'm about to upload. So like when we develop a course and we put it out to our database and we sell it for $19.97, you know, $2,000, when you are a $99 a month subscriber, you get it for free. I don't know how else to explain this to you. I feel like whenever you make good offers, people are always like, what's the catch? What's the catch? And I get it, but there's no catch. At scale, we finally have an app that allows us to do what I want to do from a technological perspective and scale myself to you. Okay. That's it. That's the catch. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off. And I see so many of you, like, awesome, you were at the advance. Go to connectwithjared.com if you want to see that next video that I'm going to put up about this whole Zillow thing. I'll be having a video coming up probably tomorrow or so. So feel free to do that. And with that being said, guys, I love you to death. Thank you so much. And I hope this was helpful. Share it with someone else. And I probably should end this with me being shown. So thank you, guys. Love you to death, and have a great weekend. And I hope a lot of you are in there. If you did sign up for the academy, you're going to have a message coming through. Make sure you go into the app. At the bottom of the first page, there's a link to sign up for Monday's call. Okay. Talk to you guys soon.